It's about mastering a skill we all can learn.
Laziness isn't who you are.
Science shows there's a hidden motivation switch.
You can fix this.
I can teach you to use science to break it.
Build trust of yourself, and the results will follow, I promise you that.
That's what everyone tried to promise you. You know that feeling when you wake up bursting with motivation? That's random surge of dopamine, your to-do list ready, your gym clothes laid out. And by 3 p.m., you're back on the couch, scrolling through your phone, wondering what's went wrong. So, what happened when this random surge of motivation show up? How do you harness this power? Can you completely rely on motivation alone to achieve your goals and dreams? Well, here is the hard truth. The motivation has never the problem. You have just been given terrible advice over the years by YouTube gurus or Instagram influencers. The whole just push harder, the hustle should never stop mentality, it has been scientifically debunked. And I learned this the hard way after wasting 8 years stuck in this cycle. But when I discovered how Navy SEALs and Olympic athletes actually build unstoppable habits, everything changed. Monkey see, monkey do. Simple enough, right? Let's talk about why traditional systems fail us. Your brain runs on something called the dopamine reward system, which was the first experimentally approved by Olds and Milner in 1954. In simple terms, the brain is constantly asking what is right for me and what is not right for me at this moment. Think about our ancestor. See fruit, consume fruit, instantly satisfaction. Chase prey, catch prey, immediate reward. If we are looking for 2 days life, work 9-5 job, paycheck in 4 weeks, write for months, maybe publish a book someday, and all that leads to the breaking point that motivation system just doesn't work anymore. And it's time we replace it, because without quick results, we don't get the dopamine release, we don't get the sense of achievement or fulfillment, and so we stop. MIT neuroscientists discovered that dopamine spikes higher when rewards following small, frequent actions versus delayed payoffs. Your brain literally cannot comprehend these delayed rewards. So, when people say just stay disciplined, they are asking you to fight 200,000 years of evolution. No wonder it never works. I hit rock bottom in 2020. I was 25 pounds overweight, absolutely a beast with sugar stuff, soda, chips, and all usual junk. And my business was failing. Probably like you, I read articles about quitting sugar, alcohol, greasy food, follow it alone YouTube tutorials on how to lose weight. All that. But whenever I tried to follow it all at once, my system collapsed. Every Monday, I'd swear this was the week I'd turn things around. By Wednesday, back to old habits. Because when motivation dies, action dies with it. And that means the entire system I tried to rely on to live my life was broken. Then I found this journal entry. Why can't I just stick to something? Am I broken? That's when I discovered the research that changed everything. The 40% rule, a concept propounded by retired United States Navy SEAL Dave Goggins and popularized in Jesse Ilsner's Living with a SEAL. When the rock bottom got deeper, I came across a great book titled Antifragile by Nassim Nicholas Taleb. Taleb wrote about how life is built across systems: health system, security system, interpersonal system. It effectively taught me how I actually tend to see patterns where none exists. How I underestimate the role of change in my success or failure. Another great life lesson that Taleb's Antifragile taught me was via negativa. He explains that we know a lot more about what's going wrong than what is right, and suggests a larger impact can be made by subtracting rather than adding. And the main idea that I understood for myself is that our life is a system that has been formed over the years. Our environment, psyche, habits, all that is connected in some way. We live in these systems and it functions perhaps not perfectly, but it works. And like any complex system, and our life is one, it's a very vulnerable to change. And if we try to change all elements of that system at once, we will fail and collapse. That's why we need to take small steps, thanks to which we can gradually change our lives. And even small changes over a long period of the time give an impressive results, like the butterfly effect. After I understood it, I put my foot down, held my ground, and I took the decision to completely quit soda, even Coke, which I thoroughly loved. Then I quit drinking beer. I even stopped using any type of sauce and ketchup. However, the most challenging one was cutting sugar. It felt like literal life was being sucked out of me, and at times I would hate myself, so I did it in stages. First, I gave up candy bars, Snickers, Kit Kat, the rest you can name it. Then I cut out milk and dark chocolate as well. Next, I give up gummy candies and other sugar bombs. Now I have successfully stopped consuming any store-bought sweets. Yes, I know what you are thinking. Dark chocolate can be healthy, but the key is moderation. I knew I had to keep control. This process has taken over 3 years, and I have every intention to keep going. Important, the one-step solution is not more motivation, it's better game design and system. You need to trick your brain into thinking that hard work is actually instant gratification. Here is exactly how. The 5-minute contract. Start every task by telling yourself, I only have to do this thing for 5 minutes. 95% of time you will keep going, but that initial commitment removes the mental resistance. Second, instant rewards. After finished your 5 minutes, eat 1 square of dark chocolate. Send that email. You can allow yourself to doom scroll for 60 seconds. These tiny wins keep your dopamine flowing. Third, the 90 days lock. Here's where the most people fail. They add new habits too fast. Pick one behavior, lock it in for 90 days. Only then add another. Fourth, 40% rule. The voice in your head telling you that you're exhausted, fried, and totally burned out, well, it's actually an indication that you're only 40% done. You still have 60% left in you that keep on pushing as long as you will it. And the fifth one, I repeat it again, the small steps. This is the most important and the easiest. Is not to try to change everything at once. Take the small things, change them, and let your life systems adapt. That is where consistency is stored. Let me give an example of a personal habit. Everyone loves to eat dessert after a good meal, and it happens because our brain understands that sweets are the fastest way to energy and serotonin. As a personal habit, I'm trying to take a break of 15 minutes after finishing a meal, and only afterwards, if I still want a dessert, then only I order it. However, in the most cases, I'm left without the urge to judge down any desserts after that 15 minutes break. This isn't just theory. I use this exact system to quit sugar, and double theory. I used this exact system to quit sugar, lose weight, and double my income capacity. All starting with avoid ketchup and mayo at your food the next time as your first habit. Dr. B.G. Fox research at Stanford proves that behaviors stick the best when they are tiny, floss one tooth per time, pair it with an existing routines after brushing teeth, and third, reward it immediately, good dental hygiene. His data shows that this method has 3x the adherence rate of traditional goal settings. Just recently, I added one more habit that made a big difference. I started eat dinner early. In 85 up to 90% of time, I do not eat past 7 p.m. This helped my digestion, sleep, weight, and even mental clarity. I look healthier, fresher, and I'm able to sleep through the night. What about you? What is that habit that you wish to beat? Comment down below. So here is your challenge starting tomorrow. Choose one ridiculously small habit, pair it with an immediate reward, commit to just 5 minutes per day. Sign this mental contract with yourself, not for a year, not for a month, for the next 7 days, and extend it after those 7 days pass, till the moment you are free from that bad habit. Let the people in the comments know what you are going to dedicate your 5 minutes to. But more importantly, start playing the game smarter. Your future self will thank you. And remember, the system works when you work the system.